Let's put all the cards on the table and be 100% real. If you have a coaching business, one of the main things you need to do is get clients to sign up to be in your program so that you have cash flow, you can serve them, deliver, and then repeat the process so you grow your business, okay? In this video, we give you 4 secrets to fix your lack of coaching client signups. Get ready to rock and roll. All right, let's jump into this, right? So 4 secrets to fix your lack of client signups, okay? Now, if you want this cool worksheet that we're gonna actually give out as well too, you'll see why at the end. Just comment below worksheet and we'll get this to you guys. Trust me, you're gonna want it. You'll see at the end, okay? All right, so let's start off with some problems when it comes to just getting some online clients kind of just like, booked, right? And basically, the first problem is you'll see a lot of health and fitness coaches just literally posting everywhere, okay? Now that becomes a problem because I know that you're hearing from other people and you're seeing what other people are doing and probably comparing yourself to other people where it's like, man, they have a podcast, they have a YouTube channel, they're posting on LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, everything basically, right? But what you don't understand is basically they have a team behind them, okay? And they've been in the game probably a long time to literally have gotten to that point, okay? So that's a huge problem, is just posting everywhere, okay? The second problem is expecting prospects to come to you. Man, this is one of the big problems, right? With health and fitness coaches and not signing up clients, because they have this preconceived notion when they go online that they just think they're gonna throw a piece of content up or they're gonna get a website going and people are gonna come knocking on their door to hire them and sign up. It doesn't work like that, guys. It just doesn't, okay? All right, and the third problem is friend requests and creepy DMs, okay? Now look at that guy's face, right? It looks kind of creepy right there, okay? You don't want to do that. There's good ways on Instagram and Facebook to go in there and follow somebody and friend request somebody and not sit there and throw a DM at them to where it's like you're literally selling them or interrogating them or attacking them right off the bat, okay? There's ways that you could do that in a nice, genuine way. Just think about if you were in person, right? If you met somebody for the first time, would you really try to sell them? Would you try to be creepy? Would you try to interrogate them? Probably not. So there's no difference in Facebook or Instagram if you're following somebody or you're trying to connect with somebody, okay? So what happens with these 3 problems, guys, is it leads to desperation, and this is one of the big ones here, ECS, empty calendar syndrome, and staying poor, okay? Now, obviously, the solutions to this, right? If we do these type of like solutions and reverse some of those problems, then our chances of sitting there and fixing that lack of client sign-up problem is going to be fixed, okay? So the very first one here, right? One of the solutions is instead of going everywhere on your guys' channels and this whole omnipresence type of thing, look at that lion right there. He's the king of the jungle, okay? So most likely that lion dominates like the jungle, okay? So if you are the health and fitness coach, instead of sitting there trying to go literally omnipresent in like 10 different channels, right? Which is a full-time job, which is his team, that's why you need a team, just dominate 1 or 2 channels. That's it, just 1 or 2 channels. And if you can't dominate 2 channels, then just dominate 1. You could always open up the other one later on, okay? All right, moving along. More pools in the lakes. Okay, so basically, if we just focus on, let's just say Instagram or Facebook, okay? Those are lakes, right? Big media channels with like billions of people on there, okay? So plenty to go around on those channels, okay? Think about those as lakes. So inside of those lakes, let's just say, for example, Facebook, right? They have a lot of different opportunities to put polls in those lakes, right? And what those kind of like represent is you can do DMs, you could do stories, you could go live, you could have a Facebook group, you can post on your profile, you can actually get a fan page and boost those and put money behind those. Those are all opportunities to put more polls in the lakes to get yourself seen, right, on Facebook, okay? Now notice, you can put all those polls in there, and you don't have to sit there and open up another another Instagram, a LinkedIn, a podcast, a YouTube channel, all that stuff. So you guys can check out there. I think it's how to build a content machine. So search that on YouTube or on the guides in Facebook, and you guys can learn how to post the correct content that gets hand raises. So hand raises are basically a like, a comment, a share, okay? That should be your number 1 intention when you guys are posting social media content, right? Again, that's business media that you guys are doing because you're trying to get people to have a like, a comment, or a share. That gives you an opportunity to go in there and have a conversation with somebody. If you have the mindset where it's like, oh, this is just social media, right? you're probably not going to get any hand raises on there. It's not going to lead to conversions, okay, or conversations. So think about reframing your mind on business media and getting more hand raises on your social media posts, okay? Now, if we do all those things right, those three things, what it leads to is basically a conversation machine, right? And the more conversations you have, whether they're in person or online, that equals more clients. And if you have more clients, that's more opportunities to get signups, okay? So that's the game we're kind of playing right here, okay? So again, guys, really quick, if you guys want the worksheet below, if you guys are watching on Facebook, just comment below worksheet or LinkedIn. And if you guys are on YouTube, you guys can just look in the description box or you guys can just comment there and we'll get you guys that as well too. Okay, so which leads us basically to this whole entire 4 secrets, to fix the lack of client signups problem, okay? Let me take a drink real quick. All right, just give me 1 second. We'll get back to the training, okay? Now look, if you are looking to enhance your content, if you're looking to really build what we call a content machine, okay? We have this awesome worksheet for you. So just check out the link below and you guys can download this awesome worksheet where there's like 3 or 4 different type of like exercises in there. You guys can really roll out some brand new content for your guys' online audience, your guys' brand, your offer, okay? Now back to the training. So let's get into this, right? So the first secret right here is really just going to be your guys' content, going back to that. So again, I'm not going to get into this with the whole content and stuff like that. It'd be too much, but your content has to be good, okay? It has to be good. So, again, make sure that it's valuable, it's relatable, it's intentional, it's shareable, right? If you do that, check all those boxes, then your content is going to be able to eventually lead to number 2, which is going to be an opportunity of a connection, okay? So that connection is going to be obviously like a hand raise, right? It's going to be a like, it's going to be a share, okay? Now, if we get the connection there, then what happens is we have the opportunity to secret number 3 is have a conversation. Because again, we had a like, we had a comment, we had a share, right? The content was good, it was valuable, it was intentional, it was relatable, it was shareable, okay? So we got the connection, the hand raise, then we open up with a conversation, right? Obviously in the DMs, okay? Then what happens is it leads to secret number 4, which is you have an opportunity for a conversion. So again, just look at this sequentially. Content leads to a connection, connection leads to a conversation, conversations lead to conversions. And right here with conversions, guys, this is a numbers game. This is a numbers game right here when it comes to this, right? The more conversations you guys have, the more opportunities you're going to have for conversions. And that's going to fix your problem of the lack of client signups. And if we look at it kind of this way, right? Content is basically getting attention. These are eyeballs right there, but they're just getting attention. They're getting, people's eyeballs on your content, your brand, okay? And then that leads to, again, a connection, right? Again, we don't go in there and just like friend request people and interrogate them and try to sell them right off the bat, anything like that, man. It's like they're normal. These are human beings you guys are working with, right? Again, you wouldn't do this in person, right? Sell them right off the bat or interrogate them as soon as you got to meet them or had a handshake. So don't do that same exact thing on Instagram or Facebook when you guys get into the DMs and connect with them after they liked, shared, or commented on your really good content, okay? And again, what that leads to, right, is a conversation. So these are 2 faces, and this is like a dialogue that they're happening, just like you would in person, right? Just like a personal trainer would have in person, just like a nutritionist, if they had, a client consultation in person at an office. It's just a dialogue. It's just a conversation. So it's the same thing you guys can do in the DMs on Facebook and Instagram. Don't overthink it. Don't make it too complicated. It's not meant to be that complicated, okay? And again, if we do all that stuff right, guys, it just more conversations lead to conversions, okay? So that's really like the 4 secrets right there that I kind of gave you guys, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example, and this is in the workbook too. So if you want to comment below worksheet, we can get you guys that as well too. But this is an example of a hand raise post right here, which again, it's valuable, it's relatable, it's intentional, and it's shareable content, right? Again, want a copy of the 24 done for you social media posts, guaranteed to get you more engagement and fresh new leads. Who's not going to want that, right? So that's exactly why this literally got 131 comments on there, right? 131 people probably wanted that. So that's a really, really good, valuable post right there. And then if 131 people want that, number one, we're going to go in there and thank them, right? And number two, we're going to get them, the actual link to that 24 done for you social media post. And number three, we're going to have a conversation with them, not in a creepy way, not in an interrogating way, not in a salesy type of way. We're just going to have a normal human conversation with them. That's it. And try to see if we can help them out. That's it. Okay. So if you guys want to model something like that, you guys can do that as well too. But here's what's cool inside here. The worksheet is there's 2 hand-raising posts right here for you health and fitness professionals, right? For example, if you guys have a lead magnet, would you like a free copy of my book or PDF or checklist? Let me know and I'll send you a download link. Brainstorm right here. I'm getting a few moms, you can insert your niche there, together to brainstorm summer fitness goals. Would you like to join us, right? All just hand-raising content that leads to conversations, which lead to conversions, okay? So you guys can have this in the workbook and test it out on Facebook, Instagram, however you guys want to do it. And then right here, guys, like in our accelerator program, we have a whole training on this called Invite Them Over to Eat, right? And this is all the whole chat starter menu that we have right here. Like I think it's like 9 different ways that you can open up chats with people with social media posts. So it's very intentional, right? But so there's ways to do this without looking sleazy, without being salesy, without, interrogating people and just coming off straight up creepy and just weird, okay? Nobody likes that crap, really, okay? All right, guys. So one thing I want to share with you too is we actually are opening up our Accelerator 2.0 program today. And I want to share this quick story with you. And his name's Mark and he's from Canada. Mark used to work with us 2 years ago. He then took a break, to do some educational work and then some other things he was doing with corporate wellness, right? He came back to us about a little bit over 3 weeks ago and he wanted to get his online business going again, right? And this is one of the biggest things we focused on with Mark because we knew he had some traction, right, with his Facebook following as well too. And he had a business in the past. We focused on those 4 secrets, right, with the text flow that I just showed you guys, the content, the connection, the conversations, right, and the conversions, okay? And if you look at this was literally I think a week and a half ago. He made a couple of sales. He had 7 more meetings, right? I think he was about 5,000, right? Within 1.5 weeks. And this was him that he sent us this 3 weeks ago. And we got his permission to actually share this, right? But those are all client signups right there. So basically he made $10,000 in 3 weeks just by following those 4 secrets right there that I just gave you guys right there. So again, don't make this too complicated, right? You're having conversations and just looking to solve some problems for people. That's all you're doing, especially within health and fitness, okay? All right, we gave you the 4 secrets to fix your lack of signups for your coaching business. And then also we showed you the proof in the pudding from some of the students that are doing the same exact work. So I want you now to watch this video right here, the 6-step pathway on how to build a 6-figure business now that you have that problem solved.